I was born to be a teacher. I didn't know that I was born to be a teacher. I started off my life. I come from a family that is pretty scientific. So I started off my life, even as a small child, wanting to be a doctor. But it so happened that during the 1970s, I was allergic to latex, and they didn't have a latex alternative. So I would be in my science classes, and my hands would be bleeding. And they sat me down and said, "You can't be a doctor." I wanted to be a brain surgeon. I was on the track. "You can't be a doctor with bleeding hands. You can't be a researcher with bleeding hands. What are you going to do?" So I thought, what is the one thing that I'm able to do that's natural to me? It was working with children. I've always been like a child magnet, if you will. So I said, well, maybe I'll work with children. And from that day, my life has been unbelievable in terms of this passion that I have for the future. My name is Dr. Donna Wright, and I'm the present chair of the newly minted Department of Developmental and Special Education. Our motto is to educate, to liberate globally. We want to make connections across the waters with other like-minded educators so our students can know that they are not isolated in their dream of doing and bettering our children, not just here locally, nationally, but also internationally. If you're here and you've come to this department, then I believe that there's a reason why you're here. And the reason why you're here is to effect progress in our children. I communicate to our candidates what they can do and what they should do with our children in all areas in order for them to know that everything is possible. The Dr. Wright effect is possibility. The word no does not exist. Everything is possible. I believe in culture-based education variables, and part of that I believe in the idea of communalism and interdependence. I see a student, it's not just the student comes from a family. If I want the student to progress, sometimes I have to reach out to the family. I will call you, whether you're in Trinidad, Jamaica, whatever, to speak to mothers, to speak to sisters, to speak to husbands, and I will directly ask you and let you know that I need this student to come here XYRQ. And if there's any problem, this is my telephone number for you to ensure that the student is with me. I'm willing to do that because the idea is not that it's about that one particular person. I see that student, I see the different networks that student has to work with, and sometimes you have to reach out to the entire family to let them understand what the student needs to do in this particular period of time, and that's all about preparing our future. The School of Education brings with it a flavor of passion like no other. If you are committed to education and you're committed to bettering yourself in this, of course, Medgar Evers College is the place to be.